once again, if it don't work, we'll just do old school. Cause there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ah, just that took a minute. Okay, so let me catch my bearings, cause technology is whooping my behind. All right, so wait for a couple people to come in and make sure I got everything to go. I think I do. I think I do. All right. Well, good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry. Good. I'm sorry. Yeah, good, good, good. Technology, however.
Yeah, yeah. I know that's on me though. That's on me though. This is the first time where I'm streaming in both places. So I tested it out like earlier this week and I was like, yeah, I'm good, but apparently not.
Yeah, we're gonna blame Instagram on that one.
Instagram's the culprit this time.
It usually is for me. It usually is. But we'll forgive him now that it's fixed.
Right, for now.
Right for now. All right, so welcome everybody. If you don't know, my name is Keisha, and this is the Florida Library, and we are here with Lloyd and Natasha Jones. Sorry, for Midnight Comics. I cannot say like how enamored I am by what you guys have done. Like everything you're doing with the comic book imprint with Melanin Minds, like I can't say nothing but just like the best words. I am in awe of what y'all do. So I just want to just know that I'm going to constantly heap flowers on y'all because y'all are deserving of it 1,000%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So for everybody checking in, if you want to tell them a little bit about Midnight Comics and what y'all do.
Oh, well, of course, as stated previously, I'm Lloyd.
And I'm Natasha.
And we're Midnight Comics, and we started officially 4 years ago.
now.
And we our claim to fame, if you would, or what we stand behind here is that we're Atlanta's first and largest Black family-owned indie comic book and manga publisher.
Yes, yes, yes. So I thought it was dope that y'all started during 2020. Like, what was the reason behind that?
A lot.
There's a lot that went into that. So Tasha had consistently been diving into the fact that we need to write our own stuff, and to give a little history even on that is one, we did not like the ending of Naruto.
Nope.
So we didn't agree with it, and we had a lot of what ifs, fan fictions, how we would have done it, all this other stuff.
And so for 2 years, I was like, hey, we should just do this.
Right. And eventually it was like, okay, we're going to write our own stories instead of talking about how we're going to make everybody else's better. But if we're going to do that, we need to make sure that it's people that look like us. So that's kind of where it started.
Yeah. I don't recall the catalyst that actually finally convinced you that I was right. Something.
The stars aligned. The stars aligned, and you're just like, listen to your why.
Happily take that.
That's dope. That's dope. So, like, how has it been like these last 4 years? Because, like, y'all have a great following online. Like, you have at least 8 runs right now.
Yeah.
Series right now that's going. Like, it seems y'all made like a lot of progress. So, how has it been? Like, the ups, downs, all of it.
Okay. We'll start with
a roller coaster.
Definitely a roller coaster. Yeah. One of the things that we learned early on, or one of the things, me wanting to rush things, I'll start from there. One of the things I wanted to rush early on because when we finally decided to pursue this, one of the first people that Tasha found and I just got obsessed with was Concrete Comics, and I was like, I want that amount of content, and I want it now. Now, how do we catch up? It's just the two of us, and making a book, well, it costs a lot of money. So what do we do? And I think that was one of the questions, or that's how that developed into our anthology series, Tales from Midnight, kind of, sort of.
It was supposed to be a book of one-shots.
It was supposed to be a book of one-shots,
but he took all the titles that we were actually planning to release and decided to do the first few of those
in there instead. So I didn't start from the true beginning. The ups and downs, trying to find an artist was tough. We found one for the manga. And our manga artist spoiled us. And then you know, they lettered, they drew everything. It was wonderful for one price. And then going into the traditional comic side, trying to find an artist was in comparison super tough. Which allowed us to then talk to people that's been in the community, which bringing back up Concrete, who helped us in that initial stage of here's the artist that we used, here's what you expect, so on and so forth. So then we moved there. But again, now when you do traditional style comics, you're talking about you need a penciler, you need an inker, you need a letterer, you need a colorist, and all these other things that we weren't used to with our manga artist. Our manga artist was the one-stop shop. It was just like, oh, there's a lot more in this.
Forgot about all that.
We forgot about all that. There's a lot more to it. So I think the roller coaster ride was, you know, we were creatives first and kind of business minded second. And so we kind of just dove in like, yeah, we have story ideas. And we had a decent disposable income at the time where it was just like, yeah, just throw money at it. Yeah, cool. Get the project done. Yeah, but you still got to market it. Yeah, but you still got to print it. You still got to, you know, there was still a lot more that we kind of had to learn along the way. So just that initial learning curve, I think, was probably one of the biggest parts of the roller coaster.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like the fact that y'all have learned so much in the last 4 years is like hats off to y'all. Like y'all are doing
Thank
it. Y'all are doing it.
It's been a journey.
It has been a journey.
So like keeping on like this is your 4th year. I know the 4th anniversary just recently happened, right? And
Yes.
you like the big event that's happening on the 16th, and y'all have talked about like adding on all of these new artists and whatnot. So like you're expanding. Like
Yes.
I'm gonna keep saying like this is great. I know it's probably like stressful out of your minds.
It is terrifying.
But like it's a beautiful thing seeing y'all grow. Like this is amazing. So like if you could talk about like the new artists and like possibly like what vision you have that's coming up for the future.
Oh yeah. So
he's in charge of the artist team, so I'm trying to see how much he's willing to reveal.
Yeah, I won't spoil too much. One of the stories that we're announcing during the celebration proper, we have some artwork getting done by the team. 3 of the artists are working on that, so concepts for that specifically. And when at first it was just like, you know, trying to give people space to say, well, you can work, you know, you guys choose which one you want to work on. They immediately went into this collaborative mindset of let's all 3 draw all of these characters out and then pick the best parts of each other's, then bring it to Lloyd and Tasha, and then let them kind of do. And then it was just already this collaborative mindset on that one piece of the art side already. It was just like, oh, I like this. They are amazing already. We had our first meeting at the top of the week, Monday. On Monday. Oh my gosh, it was brilliant. And then we have 2 other artists. So I don't want to miss anybody. So the people that are working on the story that we haven't officially announced yet, we have Michaela, Josh, and oh my gosh, and Danielle. They're working on that particular project. And then I have 2 people working on, I could say the cards, right? Yeah. Okay. So then I also wanted, no, that's Josh and Brandon. We're working on trading cards about our characters. So we have the manga side of our characters, and we have the traditional style where it's gonna be like kind of these info cards and stuff like that about all the different characters in the Midnight Universe and all that other stuff. And matter of fact, so we have another Josh and Brandon working on those. It's just like, oh man, like already getting concepts back and stuff like that, and they're just moving. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then we have a good friend of ours. We have Haikyuu. Haikyuu's team. Haikyuu is working on merchandise and stickers specifically, and her art style, so cool. Like the chibi characters, chibi versions of our characters and stuff like that. Oh my gosh! So everybody is phenomenal. Just we got them all on different things. We have another project that we're working on with them that we can't. 2 more secret projects that some of them are working on, and when that comes out, you guys are going to be like, holy crap. So yeah, it has been amazing. Each one of them in their own right are amazing artists. And we are so looking forward to, you know, helping them grow and getting feedback from them so they can help us grow. So.
Okay. So hold on, back it up. trade. You said trading cards and
Yes.
stickers. Okay. When will these be available? Because that's like my alley.
Okay. So
Probably top of next year. Maybe?
probably the very top of
How
next
they
year to
work?
have how they would to have like full sticker sets and full trading card sets and stuff like that. Probably the top of next year.
That is so dope. Oh my goodness. Yo, I'm so excited for y'all. Y'all have no idea.
Thank you.
All right. So let's back it on up a little bit. And like, I always try to ask everybody, like, what's your canon event for, I guess, being where you are now? So not necessarily like the beginning of creating the comic book imprint, but like what got you into writing or drawing or comics or like sci-fi fantasy? What put you on that path?
You want me to go
Yours
first?
is easy because it's your dad.
Mine is easy. Okay. So yeah, my dad, he was or rather still is a huge comic book fan. And so he put me on the comics at a very young age. He even put me on the anime at a very young age with Fist of the North Star and stuff. So that was so he got me into it. And then of course video games was something that he also did as well. And so Star Fox 64, Metal Gear Solid, those games really just kind of molded my desire to tell stories. And then also again, all those comic books and manga and anime that I got put on by my dad was just pivotal, I think. So yeah.
Shout out to dads.
Right. Shout out, right.
Yeah, unfortunately, my dad didn't keep his comics around and wasn't really big on comics and doesn't like anime. So my canon event for writing was actually the death of my great grandmother. That really got me started down that path because that's when I started writing poetry. And then it kind of went from there. My canon event for sci-fi was actually my grandfather, not her son. My great grandmother is my grandmother's mother, but her husband was a Trekkie. And so that got me into sci-fi, even though I'm more on the Star Wars side, but I have a great respect for Star Trek because he was like a second father to me. And then I think my canon event for everything else, everything comics, is of course X-Men the animated series. And then video games I can thank my dad for, because the way he used to drag us around in Mortal Kombat is a core memory in my life.
See, I was never really good at video games. I could not, but I'm a great watcher. I'm like, yo, if someone to just like cheer you on, that was my role for my uncle.
Look, somebody has to watch.
Right.
It makes it more fun because then you got someone cheering you on in the background. You're like, I have to win.
Right. For the sake of my family and friends.
That was my mom was the watcher. She was more the I don't know what the heck y'all are doing kind of watcher, but she was there.
She had a role and she filled it solidly.
My mom watched until we got NBA Street Volume 2, and then she started playing, and that was
she started playing.
And was winning. So yeah, she got nice at some games.
Okay. That's dope. I suck at games, like hardcore. I'm not. I think the only one I'm good at is Sid Meier's Civilization, and that's because it's like turn. Yeah,
that's a good game. That's okay. That's a good one though. You might like Romance of the Three Kingdoms. That's pretty good too.
It's a very good game.
Hold on, let me write this down. What?
Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Also another kind of turn-based strategy game.
It's kind of if you know Dynasty Warriors and stuff, it's in that same
same era
and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try that out because Civilization is like that one game I love. Like I cannot win by war domination. That does not happen. I'm really bad at that. But I am the one who has I win cultural wars, but I have like an overwhelming army just in case.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
she know how to do.
Right. You know what? I was gonna bring XCOM up. No, we might need to avoid XCOM. You like having fun with games.
XCOM is the game you play when you hate yourself.
That game there is the false sense of security that game gives you.
No, I can't do that.
I have a 90% chance of hitting this shot. Miss. No, my whole squad gets taken out. Yeah, no. That game's tough.
I need to know definitively how much of a chance I have to win.
That's one game you won't get.
A game where the percentage of chance to win will always be like 10%.
Bro.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right. So going back to Midnight Comics, so y'all carry like I said, about 8 runs, right? 8 series right now.
Mhm.
I hate to make that analogy to kids and how people would be like, "Oh, who's your favorite?" But like, if you had a favorite,
Oh, he has a favorite.
Oh, I got a favorite.
oh, all right. Which
The
one?
Gray.
I don't.
The Gray is my absolute favorite character from the creation of this character. She has been my top favorite character. One, I love sci-fi stuff as well. But one of the things that I like is one of the things that we dive into with quite a few of these characters. But what I really like about hers is she's very book smart, like, but she's very excitable and she just dives into it without fully like logistically thinking it out. And that's human. That's real. Like everybody's not going to be like, I have these powers and so I'm going to do this and I have it all planned out. No, that's not how it works, right? I just love how passionate and nerdy and everything this character is. So like, yeah, the Gray is my absolute favorite story. And I love I don't know if slow burn's the right word. Yeah, I think it is the right word. That's the slow burn of these stories. We've been told that our traditional style stories feel like the journey like you take in a manga versus like how traditional stories are, where it's just like, oh, Superman's here and he's already Superman doing the thing, right? We'll get a flashback of him later in his training, but like this is just like you are following Shaminka before you follow the Gray. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I love the journey that Tasha's taken her on. So that's my favorite character and currently favorite story.
Yeah, I bounce around. I don't have a favorite. It's the Gray one week. It's Blue Morpho another week. Dang.
No,
I love you all.
y'all, like all of your characters are so different, so amazing. Like the one I love Blue Morpho's background and how you guys got to her, like, and the public domain aspect of it all. I thought that was brilliant.
Thank you.
I want to know, like, what made y'all go, yeah, let me look at public domain for characters. Like, what brought y'all to that? If y'all,
Mixture of things, honestly.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
It was a mix of what are some old school Black characters that
nobody's talking.
We don't get to hear about anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then another part was Lloyd wanted to know, how can we get some more characters?
Right. That goes back to that. How can we get more content quick? But when we saw the butterfly and was like, whoa,
perfect.
We didn't realize how much history was packed into that character. Right. Your credit, she's credited with being the first ever African American superheroine created. You're just like, whoa. And to have her own run and stuff, you're just like, wait a second. And nobody did anything with this? Okay. We'll do something with that. So as you know, she got 2 issues, ends up in public domain obscurity, nothing else. So we was like, okay, we'll explain why she disappeared, but then continue that universal story through that original character, the Blue Morpho. Like that's and so already, because I forget who said it, but it was just like people don't just read stories, they read universes. So for us to have Blue Morpho jump in and already have a fleshed out universe almost, and you can read issue 1, issue 2 of the Butterfly, and then pick up the Morpho. But on top of that, the Butterfly actually shared a universe with 2 other stories, Hell Rider and the Wild Bunch. So you can go read all of Hell Rider, all of Wild Bunch, all of Butterfly, and then pick up Blue Morpho, and it's just flows. It's just a continuation.
Yes,
you know? So yeah, there was
And for those that are watching, listening, like the Butterfly is from Hell Rider 1971. I've been wanting to get my hands on that for the longest.
We actually have it.
Well, we have the Butterfly.
Well,
we don't have the Hell Rider. I have the digital for Hell Rider.
Oh, I thought you got.
Yeah, I don't have the magazine, unfortunately. No. There was on Amazon. There was a book that has the Butterfly and several other characters in it. And of course, because I wanna.
No, you're not gonna find.
I'm not gonna find it until.
No.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that one's on the bookshelf now. Which is
yeah, it's on the bookshelf now.
Cluttered.
It is very cluttered. But we do have that.
You know, send me a picture later on. Because she's one one of the things I did when I started going into, you know, the comic realm and wanting to figure out like the Black woman's identity in comics was, finding her. And I was like, all right, I can't afford her right now. But one of the you know. But yes, the Blue Morpho, I loved her background and how you guys got to her. The character that y'all have the most that I love that almost made me cry. And forgive me if I say her name wrong, Imani.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's my baby. Whatever y'all do with her, I'm gonna follow her for like everything. Hitting a soft spot. It's a soft spot for me with Black women dealing with mental health, and then having this Black woman have powers that are related to fire, and that symbolizing just like the anger and the frustrations and all of that. I thought was beautiful. You did a phenomenal job with that story.
No, like that's her baby. Like
that is my baby. That's my character from concept all the way to creation, writing, everything. He doesn't touch that story at all, except for critiques that I don't listen to.
You did a phenomenal job with it. Like, I love her, and I'm so excited to see who she turns into, who she becomes. Like,
it's a very personal story. She's very much based off of me growing up. So that's what's always made it really hard to write, which is annoying because there's some stuff that's coming that's going to be revealed by issue 3 that's like, I really want to get this out because a lot of people are starting to do something similar now, and I need to get this out. Gotta write it. But I think we can get those next 2 issues out by next year.
Yes,
that's my goal with that, is issues 2 and 3, or maybe something a little different, to get to that point out by sometime next year.
Okay. Yes, because she is an amazing character. There aren't, I'm trying to say this without like jumping all over the place, but there are a lot of Black women characters that, they're not really fleshed out. They really don't have much depth to them. And to have a character who is dealing with these things that so many of us Black women deal with and experience, and it's considered taboo to speak about, have it like integrally connected to who she is and her power set. Wonderful. Just wonderful.
Thank you. It does help that I always wanted fire powers as a kid, which probably would have been a terrible idea because I was that child that used to set things on fire. I got in trouble for that a lot.
So my husband calls me a firebender constantly, and I'm like,
see, you can say that. They don't call me a firebender. They call me a pyromaniac. Firebender would be a nice way of doing it. Like that. You will now henceforth call me Firebender.
All right, Firebender Tasha. Huh?
Fire Lord Tasha.
Fire Lord Tasha. Okay, I apologize. Okay.
All right. So I know that you guys have been like all over, like it seems like y'all are at every con.
It did feel like it.
I mean, how has that been? Like, I've only been to one this year, and I'm already like beat.
Man,
exhausting.
It's fun, but it's tiring. BlurCon, we actually had to take one of our kids with us. Who it was okay.
She wasn't that bad.
Sunday though. She said, "I'm bored. I want to go home." She was done. But
she's
no,
5. So the fact that she made it through most of the weekend is a blessing.
Yeah, but yeah, we I almost forgot about Ranger Stop. We had to take all the kids to Ranger Stop and Pop.
That's true.
So yeah, it's fun. It's very fun. Again, don't get us wrong there, but it can be tiring. Like, and it just felt it was back to back. What was first? I guess
MomoCon was really
MomoCon was really first. Yeah. Which shout out to Nerdy Bear Studios. They we went for a panel with them, and then Saturday they said, "Oh, we're done. Do you guys want the table?" We was like,
fair, they have a newborn,
and they have a newborn, so they were checked. They was like, and we was like, "Oh, I mean, I got the stuff in the car, yeah." And so Sunday and Monday, and that kind of kicked off con season for us because it was that, and then Brooklyn Comic Con
2 weeks later.
And then we well, this isn't a convention, but we graduated from a Fiverr program the same weekend as Brooklyn Comic Con. So
they flew us out. We did Brooklyn Comic Con. We stayed through Monday after Brooklyn Comic Con. We had a meetup. And then Tuesday we had graduation and interviews.
And then Wednesday we flew
Wednesday
back.
we came home.
And then that was June. That was June. Yeah, that was June. Beginning of June. And then July we had
the next weekend was Ranger Stop.
Ranger Stop was in between that.
And then the next weekend,
whenever BlurredCon was, and then DreamCon,
and then
that was
DreamCon.
Yeah, and then DreamCon was last second in and of itself. We almost didn't get into that, and at the last second, it was, "Hey, we got one table left." It was just like, "Okay, I'm going." Yes, but yeah, no. Long and short of it, absolutely amazing. Absolutely love the con circuit, but man,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, there was a week in between because we went to Florida.
There was a week in between, right? Because the top of July we were in Florida to rest, but we all got sick.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but yeah, cons are great. Cons are great. How we keep up with it? Lots of Celsius and water.
Don't recommend.
Don't recommend Celsius. Don't recommend Celsius, but I definitely lived off of that for a weekend.
We're definitely going to have to choose a convention per month to go to.
Yeah, I don't think we could double up anymore.
It's going to be hard to choose, but we're going to have to do that.
Not DreamCon. DreamCon's an easy
choice. DreamCon is the choice for July.
Which con is your favorite?
DreamCon.
I haven't been in 2 years, but it's still my favorite.
But no, DreamCon, that is the convention for sure.
By RDC in that group, or is that?
Yes. Yeah, that one. And no slight to like BlurredCon or any of the other ones out there, but DreamCon for us, that's the family reunion spot, man. Like anybody that we've met throughout this journey, any fans, even just community, just everything. We run into so many friends, really, I think we can say at this point at DreamCon.
Every year.
Every year people will come back. They'd be like, "Oh, your wife's not here this year? Oh man, dang, but what do y'all got new, man? Miss y'all since last year." And it's just like, whoa. Like it's like really people just come through and be like, "I knew you was gonna be here. Hey, so what you got going on after?" And it's just like, wow. So it's amazing.
This is our first BlurredCon, so there's
this was our first BlurredCon, so
it could definitely turn into another one like that because we plan to go back in March. So
yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right, so now I need to put DreamCon because I saw the video and the pictures from it, and it looks amazing. Like
never a dull moment.
That's dope. That's so dope. All right, yeah. Because I'm figure out what I'm gonna do next year. Because I'm like, this year's probably shot, but next year, I'm actually try to make some more.
Listen, and we got to figure out where they're taking it this year or next year because they are moving. So we'll see what that is. It's been in Texas this whole time, but I think Las Vegas and Florida have been tossed around. So,
Vegas would be nice.
That's what everybody's saying. Yeah,
easy to get to.
Yeah,
that's true.
Oh right, yeah, that's closer for you. Yeah,
for me, I said give me Florida. It's only 7 hours.
All right, but what is that? Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about your series, Tasha, Melanin Minds. I'm gonna keep watching the videos because, and if for everybody listening, it's on YouTube. That's where I've been watching it. This season, you've been talking about intersectionality, and like for those who don't know, you focus on women in comics and anime spaces. Wow, the conversations that have been amazing. Like the most recent one I watched was the one with Barbara Brandon Croft, Black and Culture, Sarah A. Macklin, and you, and y'all were just talking about just one. Y'all were talking about a database, which got me thinking, and I'm like, I need that database. If y'all ever do it, because what Black and Culture was bringing up was something that I struggle with, like the fact that you want to learn more about Black women in comics, and you cannot find these names. Like it's really hard, even with the internet. It's really hard to find all of these people. And so, one, I want to thank you for actually like creating that podcast. So like I have a list. I have a short list, that me and other people could go to. But like, if y'all ever do decide to like do that, that would be amazing. I would love to help in any kind of way.
We are definitely thinking about it. Ty and I got to get back to that's Black and Culture. Ty and I, we got to get back together and talk about it again. But I will say, if you look up Shiro Comics, she recently did a oh crap, what's it called? But she did a
Review
like
video.
a biography or
documentary.
like documentary. Thank you. On Black women in comics recently. I think it's releasing later this year, but I would definitely say sign up for her mailing list to keep up with that, because I know Grandmaster Cho, which is one of her comics, issue 3. I only have issue 1, so I don't remember if this is issue 2 or issue 3. Is about to hit Kickstarter again soon. So I'm unsure if I read it right, if the documentary is releasing alongside that or not. But I know that she's planning to release it soon. But of course, there's still always just somehow a lot of people missing because, again, even with the internet, we're just hard to find. So we're definitely still thinking about it.
Very much so. Like, I mean, there are some fantastic writers and artists there. Like, I mean, the fact that y'all had Barbara on she's amazing. Like, if anybody's ever like read her comic strip, it was syndicated in the early 90s up until like 2000s. That one is amazing. Her dad is awesome as well. Right. His stuff out last year.
I think it's on the bookshelf, but I actually got her book.
Yes, where I'm from.
In New York.
Yeah, I got mine signed last year.
Next time we were supposed to meet up while we were in New York, but she was tired. She just got back from her trip, which is very understandable. But the next time we go up there, I gotta see if she wants to meet up and see if she'll sign it. She is a doll. She is a sweetheart. She is one of the most relaxing voices I've ever heard as well. Like, just talking to her is very relaxing. Like, she puts you at ease. It's very comfortable. So yeah, she's awesome.
But yeah, like, y'all's conversation actually brought me to Sarah A. Macklin and her work, and I'm like, all right, now it's put me one step closer to what I want to do and what I want my library to look like. So, like, for anyone who is listening, please, y'all need to like watch it on YouTube. It is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Next question is, and I hope this isn't too personal, but like, you have this business, y'all are expanding it. How do y'all balance this? Like, how do you balance, your relationship and your business and, all of that?
Somebody asked us this exact same question recently.
when we got that question before, at that point in time, it was like, we don't. we weren't at all. But I think now,
like a month ago.
Okay, it was like a month ago, but I feel like we are doing better now.
We are doing better.
I finally work out in the morning with you.
Yeah.
So that's fun. We go on nice little morning walks and stuff. and we don't always talk about business, which is great.
No, we just complain about comics, which is still kind
Which
of in the
okay,
same
but
realm.
we nerd out and then talk about how we would have fixed things. And then we, especially this week, spending more time with the kids and stuff like that. So that's why we kind of picked back up with watching Spy Family. Our daughter loves that show. We love the show too. Not to confuse anything. We absolutely love this show.
Yeah.
And so yeah, just learning to just
Stop.
log off and clock out. And be like, all right, 5 o'clock, we're done.
Especially clock out.
Just 5 o'clock, we're done.
I'm bad with that. I'm bad at
We are bad with that because man,
we are bad at that. Like
it's like there's always something else to do, something else to write, and then that was the other thing. We weren't even really finding time to write anymore. It was just we tried to switch to business minded stuff, and which is still smart, but like there was a point in time, if to speak freely, there was a point in time where it was just like, are we enjoying this anymore? But we realized that it was just like we're too focused on the hashtags and the social media trends, and this was just like, well, let's just get back to what made us happy in this, and realizing that not doing all of the, I don't know if tedious is the right word, but all the,
well, as our business advisor likes to put it, get out the weeds.
Get out the weeds, right? And so one of the things we were scared to do was bring other people on. Terrified of it, but you got to rip the Band-Aid off at some point. And again, as you know, it's just been me and Tasha the whole time, and of course the artists and stuff that we work with, but like full-time writing, social media, video editing stuff, mostly her, but like it's just us, and it got tiring in our business coach during the Fiverr program. Again, it's like you got to get out of the weeds, but you've done as much as you can by yourself. You can't keep doing it by yourself, or else you're going to reach and be stuck at that point where you're not really having fun. So all that to say, we've learned to manage our time better, I think, and just log off at 5 or 6 and just say we're done for the day. Let's just hang out and just be. Oh, we started playing video games again. There we go.
Yeah. That's for me. If I wasn't editing a video or working on social media, then that meant that I would just happen to be at rehearsal.
Well, you said rehearsal, so you're in theater?
Yes.
It's something about that. Okay. What are you doing?
Well, right now, I have a play that I'm in that comes out in September. It'll be in College Park, but I got into theater in middle school. Really, that was my storytelling. I mean, I like to write, but when I found theater, I was like, oh, this is it. This is it for me. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And so I did that. I did that through high school. I went to college for theater education. And so I don't know. I think when we had kids, I kind of just put it on the back burner for a little while. When I was pregnant with our youngest, I did direct a play that I was in that a friend of mine wrote. But until now, that was kind of the last thing I was doing outside of voice acting. Like I was in the house and we were doing this. And so I just done earlier this year. I was like, I'm gonna put myself back out there and I'm gonna go to an audition. And it was the first audition I've done in years and I got in. So
hey. But that's awesome that you're like finding yourself after, because I know just from personal experience after my kids, like I wasn't myself for a few years and it really took a while to like come back to who I am and then just figure out the brand new me. So like the fact that you're doing that is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm still tired. I'm like, but I would have. So like there's a, what is it called? Jesus Christ. There's a pilot on YouTube for a TV series called Fiendish. If you find that, then you'll find me in it playing a mysterious lady, just kind of pops out the shadows. So I think that was actually technically the first thing I did. Was that earlier this year? Was that last year?
Yeah,
that was last year.
It was last year.
Yeah. So I've been trying to step back out there.
That's dope though. I love that. And your voice acting. I know you were on a panel about that.
This weekend, yeah. I think we did a comic panel and then I had a voice acting panel.
That's so dope. I love that you're like coming back to you.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that for every woman. Like,
I do too.
all right. So I know you're watching Spy Family with the kids right now, but what specifically are you gaming? What are y'all watching? What are you
Gaming, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, we're back on our Red Dead and
Helldivers?
Dead by Daylight.
Oh, Dead by Daylight. Dead by
we
Daylight.
haven't done Helldivers since Cons started.
Yeah. But Dead by Daylight, that new 2v8.
Those are words I don't understand.
Oh, so like Dead by Daylight's like an asymmetrical horror game where like there's one killer and then everybody else is surviving. But they did an update to where there's 2 killers now and there's 8 survivors.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm looking forward to it, but it was actually kind of fun.
But it was fun. They figured out a way to balance it. So yeah, those 2 games for sure.
Yeah, was it like Friday the 13th, the game?
That sounds terrifying.
It can be.
It can. It was a
right.
blast though. They're shutting that down in December though. So we met so many friends on that game.
We did meet a lot of friends on that game. Watching though, that Batman Cape Crusader.
Yeah, we just finished that.
No, we got one more episode.
Oh, we did. Okay.
We got one more
All
episode.
right, one more episode.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
That. We just, I guess Google Loser Ranger season just ended, so we're not watching that anymore.
Yeah. Now I like the animated more than like. I know people like to compare Marvel and DC or whatever, but I've always loved DC animated above everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
DC usually has animation in the back.
Right. Absolutely. Because even what was that? That Ultimate Avengers way back when that it just was not. You liked it?
I think. Wait, which one are you talking about?
One where
No, Avengers Assemble. I liked Avengers Assemble.
Oh yeah, the series, yeah, Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
I was talking about the movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, the animated movie. Yeah. It was like, okay, this is alright.
I think the only Marvel animated movie I liked was the Doctor Strange one and the one where Hulk he's on the other planet.
A World War Hulk.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty good.
Well, see, I like that because they pretty much pulled that straight out the comic.
Yeah.
With obviously a few things different, but other than that, they practically said, "Hey, World War comic, make it a movie."
I really like this last DC joint though, that Crisis on Infinite Earths. A lot of people were complaining about like the first one, maybe even the second one, but like dude, they did a good job with that, and how it came together on part 3. Not spoiling it, but it was good. It was really good. I like the slight changes that they made overall in that series. So
yeah. All right, and are y'all reading anything? What comics?
I'm always reading.
Oh yeah, so indie comics. We just finished reading Alchemist, the 0 through 5, and then the Dark History accompanying kind of prequel to it.
Right. I also just finished, which is also Ray. Both of these are Ray Comics. Joystick Angels. I just finished that as well.
Yeah.
I finally read Scrap.
Yes.
From NPC Comics, which he's read before, but somehow the books we had vanished, so I never got to read them. So we had to buy them again, and so I finally read it. I also just finally, after years, read Children of Blood and Bone.
Okay.
I could not put that down. I could not put it down at all. I need the second one now so that I can finish that and read the third one and then be ready for the movie. It was very good.
Okay. Yeah. I read Alchemist. I liked it.
Yeah.
The artwork is ridiculous.
Yes.
They killed that.
And then Dark History, I feel like the artwork is even better. Right. And that's like a prequel to Alchemist, and man, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Now, I don't usually read through volumes that quick. I, like she said about Children of Blood and Bone, I just didn't put it down.
He didn't. He read it the whole car ride.
The whole car ride back? Right. We was on the way to BlurCon, yeah. On the way home from BlurCon, excuse me.
Yeah, he read it. Now I usually eat books up. So I still honestly read Children of Blood and Bones slower than I would normally read a book of that size. But considering I read it quickly because I've just life and I can't read books the way I used to anymore.
Facts.
Yo, I miss the days where we could just like 400 pages in one day, no problem.
Right. I used to put away 5 books in a week.
Yo, I struggle.
Right. Struggle. Either I'm falling asleep, or a child needs something from me, or a spouse needs something from me, or
getting it wherever you can.
Exactly.
I got books all over the house. I'm just like pages here, pages there. We gonna finish them eventually.
One of these days.
One of these days. Man.
Oh man. All right. So I guess we kind of talked about this because it seems like, you know, with the relationship question, but I always ask, what is your definition of rest? And do you practice it? Because I feel like that's important in the Black community. But like in Black spaces, like it's important that we don't burn ourselves out, that we are, you know, we're doing the best we can without giving up everything we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
I know the answer is no.
Yeah, no, we don't really. We're learning.
We're working.
You know, detach, go to bed early and stuff like that. But the detached part, I haven't quite figured out personally.
Definitely a full night's rest, which
hardly
doing better in the last literally couple weeks, not even the past few months. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah,
and we did not last night.
No, but yeah, decent bedtime so we can get up early and stuff. And but
having that time to sit down and read a book.
Bless you.
Having that time to sit down and play some video games.
Yeah.
Watch some TV. Bless you.
Yeah, but no, we're still trying to figure it out, but slowly but surely, yeah. Giving ourselves bedtimes and log out times, but it's hard to break the cycle. It's hard to break out of the norm, the unfortunate norm of just always being on go.
Yeah.
Bless you. You should have shirt
on. Nah, I definitely. If it makes you feel any better, I'm in the same position.
Oh, it's just
one day. What would
we gotta go to bed.
We gotta go to bed.
All of us gotta go to bed.
And it's hilarious. I was talking to a friend of mine who
yesterday.
Wonderful advice. I gave the most wonderful advice of no, you need to log off. You need to give yourself a break, relax. Because you know, if you're burnt out, you're not gonna come out with nothing quality. You're gonna be tired and you're not gonna be satisfied.
I mean, you mostly want him to come play the video game with us, but
it was all valid. And it was like, I don't practice none of this at all. I'm telling him, no, log off for the day. You're good. Meanwhile, it's just like I have my computer open, sitting there working on something on my phone or whatever. It's just like this isn't resting. Like I
was
just told
working
him
the whole time we were playing the game.
Right. So yeah.
To be fair, I had a deadline to meet.
Okay, you did have a deadline, but yeah. So yeah, no, we're not practicing it, but we're working on it.
All right, that's all we can do, right? Just work on it. Eventually, we'll get there.
Right.
All right. So, I just want to say, because I know I want to make sure I honor our time. We're both parents, and
it's all good.
But yo, y'all are, like I said, I'm gonna keep forever saying it. I think y'all are amazing. I think just all the great words that I cannot think of right now. But
thank you.
This has been amazing. Like I said, I'm gonna be following y'all forever. I need everybody else to do the same. Like if you're not doing this, what are you doing? So where can everybody support you? How can they support you? Show up for you in the best ways?
So of course there's midnightcomics.org. That's everything will be on there, including our social media. But if you would prefer to just go to our social media, we're Midnight X Comics everywhere except for Facebook and YouTube, where it's just Midnight Comics. Ooh, I'm getting better. I used to jack that up every
I make
time.
him do that so he can remember it.
That's pretty dope. I like that, y'all. You know, you're working on it because I suck at like telling people about myself and like all the things. So like, you're getting this is fantastic.
Thank you.
Once again, this is Midnight Comics. Lloyd and Natasha, I think y'all are fantastic, and I wish y'all all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm weird with goodbyes and all of that greatness. So I'm just gonna say I'll see y'all later.
All right. Thanks for having us again.
Good night.
Night.